And now the news, brought to you by the Lost Bros. Bob Chapek's like, a few thousand people listen to that. And now the news, brought to you by the Lost Bros. A new VIP, this is obviously the biggest story of the week, a new VIP tour called World of Dreams is being offered at Walt Disney World. The tour costs $12,000 or $11,875 more than a Disney After Hours ticket. That's for you and up to 5 additional guests, and it is 12 hours long, like this show. Guys, you know it takes Bob Iger 22 minutes to make that much money? 22 minutes. That's rough, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gotta make a lot of wrong announcements in those 22 minutes. 2 tour guides will conduct each tour. Meanwhile, Patrick's still out there alone working for $1,200. Poor Patrick. I'm sure you're asking what could possibly be included on a tour so expensive. Well, the answer is pretty much whatever you want for the most part. Here's a breakdown. Backstage access and transportation, front of the line attraction access, a tour of the Cinderella Castle Dream Suite, exclusive nighttime spectacular viewing spaces, essentially whatever isn't already a dessert party. All meals are included. You're 3 a day with select alcohol. So you're not getting any dom at the royal table.
Right.
And access to any restaurant at Walt Disney World. No normal reservations needed. I'm going to use this to go to Tony's, you guys. That's $12,000. Bring me your finest chicken parmesan.
Oh, no prices.
You know, the white meat. Of course, there are many more possibilities based on guest request. And if you do the tour for 1 day, each additional day is only $10,000. The additional days are more than a cast member on the college program makes in a year. It's insane. The World of Dreams tour is available to book now, but requires booking a week in advance to set up all of the more special opportunities and to find the carpet to put under your feet so you don't have to touch the dirty ground. Yes. Less than 2 weeks after we introduced the weekly Walt Disney World maintenance report, we have a major success story to report on. Of course, already talked about this. Brer Bear's tail has been missing from that trap scene at Splash Mountain since at least the early 2000s, you know, when Cameron was born.
Yeah.
And just, we legit had a conversation where I said, Cameron, it might have been gone since before you were alive.
And we
totally
believe that
possible.
it was.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's real close, at least. And then just days after we started the maintenance report, the tail returned. It's pretty amazing. Our story doesn't end there. Most of the other maintenance issues reported at Splash Mountain were also fixed this week. It took 11 years, but guys, I think someone's actually reading the site.
That's insane,
I think we
though.
did. I think we got a couple readers. For my next act, I'll try to get them to reconnect Bob Chapek to his brain, because he is, in fact, a robot. It's been missing for 15 years.
Does it feel good to make a difference?
It is really cool.
Yeah.
It's neat. And there's so many things, like the rest of that list could have been fixed, and easily it would be deniable. It would be questionable as to if it was us who got the things fixed. And there were other things fixed, and we were like, oh, that's a hell of a coincidence. The tail is absolutely not a coincidence.
It's a big one, yeah.
It's gone for 15 years. There's no way. So that's...
so what do you think? I mean, was it just lying around back there? Do you
We'll
think
never know.
Yeah.
Was it in a drawer? Did they go to like costuming where like, hey, get some costume material and let's sew this thing together? I don't know.
Because it's just fabric, right? Like stuffed fabric. Does it wiggle,
We
right?
assume no. There's no movement.
Yeah, there's no movement.
So it was literally like a piece that they just forgot to put back at some point.
Wow.
And it's just been missing, and it's always bothered me. And I put on, in a lot of ways, it was like that was the thing that made the list happen, because I think that was always what I kept looking at, and I was always like, well, that's consistently never there.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's ever going to get fixed. And so that was kind of the thing that sparked the entire creation. And it's funny that was like the first major thing to happen. It's pretty cool. It's neat. Anyway, other things have returned.
Now we're celebrating it. Like, we should proclaim today Brer Bear's Tail Day.
I think Saturday was Brer Bear's Tail Day.
Oh, whatever the
We
day
are
was.
still celebrating. We will celebrate this forever because Splash Mountain looks
So it happened on Saturday.
It
So how'd
happened
you find
before
out?
Saturday. I went on.
Did you write it and notice it? Or did someone...
last week on the show, people were like, I think the tail's back.
Ah.
And it was mostly, I think we mostly had the conversation on the post show.
Yeah.
It was mostly on the post show last
I was
week.
asleep.
It's true. You're asleep right now. Anyway. Speaking of things that have returned, the Maleficent Dragon Float returned to the Festival of Fantasy Parade at the Magic Kingdom last week. It's not really that impressive, though, as it was far from the first burnt-out cast member to return to work at the Magic Kingdom.
Wow. Was that on the list? That wasn't on the list, was it?
No.
No.
It burst into flames. I don't know that that's maintenance. It exploded. I don't know if something explodes if you put it on a maintenance list. Yeah. In case you don't know, that was, of course, after the float burst into flames in May last year. There was nothing actually wrong with it. It was just Orlando in May. Really hot.
A little hot.
Man, I haven't seen a head that hot since I looked at my personal Twitter account.
Yeah.
Several new It's a Small World merchandise items were released at Disney parks, like this mug. The mug of the week.
It's a good mug. I like the ornaments.
I think it's a great mug. Which ornament?
The Small World ornament.
Oh, the box ornaments?
Yeah.
I just always like the goodbye signs, so I'm won over by this line. Goodbye signs are great. And yeah, many of the items feature those goodbye signs from the end of the ride, but they still won't display my name. Get it to work. No.
I'll add it to the list.
Just made the list. Stupid magic, man. On the art are also several animals you'll find along your journey. And no, I'm not talking about the people who put their faces on the glass at Pinocchio's village house. Because it looks into the ride. Anyway. Greasy Stromboli faces on the glass.
Yeah.
The glass is disgusting.
You know.
Yum.
So is the restaurant, so it fits. Fun new door hangers themed at Disney parks have arrived. You seen these? We posted these today. The Haunted Mansion one says, "Welcome, foolish mortals." The Small World one has hello and goodbye in different languages. And Beep and Boop are on the two sides of the Bob Chapek door hanger. Because he is, in fact, a robot. I think Beep is high and Boop is do not disturb. Maybe have that backwards. Maybe Boop, I don't know. One door hanger says, "I'm in parks mode, come in," on one side, and "I'm in resorts mode, don't disturb" on the other. Though if they were truly in resort mode, it would say, "Don't disturb unless it's for maintenance, safety, security, or any other purpose." Park-specific reusable bags arrived on Sunday at most Walt Disney World Resort locations. We're looking at you, Magic Kingdom. Each bag features icons from each park, at least 4 of them. And yes, they did find 4 icons for Disney's Hollywood Studios. And one is not a bulldozer. A lot of guests are collecting the bags, which I'm sure is really great for the environment. For now, guests can still get plastic bags if they wish, which is good for me because otherwise I won't have any bags I can give people stuff in. So that's good. I have no other bags. I'm not giving away my $1 to $2 bag. Get your own.
Good price.
It is.
Did you buy one of each size of each kind?
Yeah.
Of course.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can now buy birthday cake flavored popcorn at Walt Disney World, but it kind of tastes like Captain Crunch cereal, weirdly enough. Upon hearing this, Bob Iger was ecstatic that the popcorn had been tied into the villain from Peter Pan. Get those IPs, even in the popcorn. Oh. Fire, Mr. Smee. It's a Crunchberry flies past your boat.
That's why Peter Pan's under refurb.
Yep, Crunchberry went right in someone's eye, which forced them to jump out of the boat. Signs. Yeah, we're not touching that tonight, by the way. New sights, that and the hepatitis A story, not on this show. New sights, sounds, and flavors of spring. Oh boy, who's hungry? New sights, sounds, and flavors of spring will envelop guests at Walt Disney World beginning March 6th when the 26th Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival bursts into bloom. The 90-day event continues through June 3rd, featuring dozens of Disney-crafted topiaries and beds of blooms that will transform the Epcot landscape into a floral extravaganza. They'll even cover that big blue show building with flowers. Great. The popular Garden Rocks concert series will expand to every day of the festival, featuring chart-topping artist Nick has to explain to his girlfriend, performing 3 shows daily on the American Gardens Theater stage. That's 270 concerts. So that elderly retired couple with the Epcot After 4 pass you see at every show is going to be busy this year. Returning favorites include That Guy and What's Her Name, who will be joined by artists new to the festival like Oh Yeah, Him, and one guy from Men at Work. Creative new culinary dishes and several new outdoor kitchens will debut this year. Advent Health will host a kitchen along with a nearby playground where the whole family can learn fun and interactive ways to stay healthy. And you can even get the kids some health insurance before they hop on that metal playground in May in Orlando. Still can't figure that out. We build it every year. Doesn't change. Woody and Buzz Lightyear will welcome Bo Peep in her workout clothes and her sheep to their Toy Story topiary. The exhibit, of course, sponsored by Lululemon this year. That's a joke. Like, that was so believable that everyone's like, oh yeah, I'll be at the Lululemon garden.
The lemon garden.
I thought maybe, yeah.
Spike's Pollination Exploration Family Scavenger Hunt will be more fun than ever this year with new locations to discover. Guests can also commemorate their scavenger hunt experience with select merchandise offerings this year, featuring everyone's favorite bee, Spike. You know what I was thinking when I was looking at all that Mickey and Minnie flower and garden merchandise at the outlets last year? We should put someone more obscure on it. That'll work. Everyone knows who the bee is. It's from a bee movie, right? It's Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
What's the deal with pollen? Celebration of Disney Nature's Penguins, opening April 17th. A 9-foot-tall art sculpture made from recycled marine debris and Buzzy's animatronic wiring that was left behind will be on display in Future World, featuring an adult and baby penguin. Crafted by the nonprofit organization washedashore.org, this work of art is designed to inspire guests to keep the oceans and waterways clear of plastic pollution and instead fill it with themed reusable bags. Among the returning gardens and exhibits, guests will once again enjoy the Goodness Garden Butterfly House, presented by Go-Go Squeeze, where nearly 1,000 native butterflies will die among the garden's 24 nectar plants. Oh, I'm sorry, that's fly. They'll fly. Yeah.
Sure they will.
Additionally,
We'll see.
kids just stepping on butterfly. That's all that happens in there. I've seen so many dead.
Yeah.
Or they open so early in the year that it's cold and the butterflies just fall over. It's really sad if you go early and it's cold. Additionally, several World Showcase pavilions will include gardens with floral life representative of plants in those countries, such as the Kokodima Garden and Bonsai Collection in Japan, the Urban Spice Garden in Morocco, and the Bush Covered in Vomit in Germany. On Saturday, the Planet Hollywood Superstore will
It attracts the
close.
butterflies.
And then they die in it, and they just float. On Saturday, the Planet Hollywood speaking of things dying, the Planet Hollywood Superstore will close at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The shop featured props from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, and Home Alone, among other films. I guess nobody told Chapek that Disney doesn't own those. A Planet Hollywood store outlived the backlot tour, the Great Movie Ride, and the magic of Disney animation. In fairness, there were more props in this store than most times we rode the backlot tour. It's a chicken coop. Yeah, my Hannah Montana movie, the movie masterpiece. Wow. Last Friday, the new Disney Vacation Club kiosk opened at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The backstory is that the building used to be the home of the Little Tokyo Travel Company, which explains why it's better maintained than anything else in the park.
Because care.
Because care. The new booth is located along Grand Avenue, which will mostly serve as the queue for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So if you change your mind while waiting to enter Batuu, you can book a trip to somewhere more pleasant. Let's go to Universal. Last Saturday, there's no one there. Last Saturday, we noticed the gates to the Sunset Showcase have been torn down in preparation for the upcoming Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. Even more preparations are underway now as the arrival of a mystery construction box has signaled the eventual move of the current Fast Pass queue. The move is so the Racing Academy show is not ruined by cast members yelling at guests that they have no Fast Pass selections. You're 45 minutes early, sir. Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy opens March 31st if it is the first Disney project to be completed on time in the last 10 years. At Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, the Kona Cafe is now offering alcoholic desserts. As we all know, it's hard to find alcohol at the Polynesian. Aside from Dole Whips with rum, the Tambu Lounge, Trader Sam's, Ohana, Boutique, and the Captain Cook's Kids menu. The chicken nuggets have little injectors. Squeeze.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
No.
The Polynesian is the only resort that offers an in-room intervention. It's performed by Yoko Ono, of course. Somebody's going to get that. That's our Davis Love joke of the week.
Big golf.
The Davis Love. I got so many comments on the Davis Love
Really?
joke. People really loved it.
That's
you
good.
know. It was fun. The 4 people that got it were smitten. The Disney Skyliner. Speaking of jokes, the Disney Skyliner will feature Star Wars and Guardians of the Galaxy gondolas, which is perfect for the new Skyliner tagline: "In space, no one can hear you scream about poor ventilation." Guardians of the Galaxy gondola will be sky blue, while the Star Wars gondola will require the removal of an older beloved gondola covered in Christmas lights. The new Magic of Disney store made its long-awaited return to the main terminal of Orlando International Airport. It would have been there earlier, but those new APMs suck. They had to take a bus from their airplane to the terminal. Store now features a very clean, somewhat plain design. On the bright side, it gets guests ready for Toy Story Land. Temper those expectations, but here's some potion purple garbage for you. All the color you need.
Yeah.
I promise I'll read one of these correctly at some point. Given what a success those fake business pens were a few weeks back, Disney has come back with another riff on attractions as businesses with fun screen tees. Fake businesses on the shirts include Captain Jack's Antique Shop, Big Thunder & Co., Gold Supplies and Goods, and the Mad Tea Party Teacup and Saucer Repair. We knew the last business was fake because it pertained to theme park maintenance. Disneyland is now selling merchandise that says, "What are you going to do next?" from the iconic Super Bowl commercial. On the back it says, "I'm going to guest relations." Disney World has these too, but they say, "Throw my phone into the moat if this app doesn't start working." The latest Parks exclusive Funko Pop dropped last week, Alice in Wonderland riding in a Mad Tea Party teacup. If the ride's spinning motion doesn't make you nauseous, the $49.99 price tag certainly will.
Yikes.
Yep. Piles of the pop are still sitting on shelves. They can't move them at this price at World of Disney and other shops. Much like the ride itself, kids see the Funko and get all excited, only to have their parents say, "Oh, I don't think so." The remaining boxes will be used to shade the Slinky Dog Dash queue. There's a new character breakfast coming to Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa on Saturday, March 30th, that allows guests to start their day with an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind adventure alongside some of their favorite princesses. The new character breakfast will take place Thursday through Monday from 8 to 12, and the restaurant will be transformed into, quote-unquote, a charming new storytelling environment for guests as well. That's right, they ordered more Artist Point tree limbs. Put them up there. Story. Children and adults at this character breakfast are $125 each. That is the price of a Disney After Hours. The breakfast includes some weird choices. It is.
Either or.
So good.
Yeah, it's a first. The breakfast includes some weird choices like macaroni and cheese, short ribs, and pork belly. I'd say I didn't understand how this is breakfast food, but no one who works at Napa Rose has ever been up before noon. They open at like 5. Those people don't wake up early. While he may not be chewing his way through a Bug's Land at Disney's California Adventure anymore, Heimlich has found his forever home at the Pixar Studios in Emeryville, California. Soon to depart, Pixar director Lee Unkrich tweeted the Heimlich choo-choo train front vehicle being unpacked at the studio. Once Heimlich was out, Unkrich was then packed up and shipped off.
You're out of here.
Heimlich, of course, was voiced by the late Pixar animator Joe Ranft, who passed away in 2005. His voice lives on, however, at Heimlich's candy corn toss at Pixar Pier. When I die, I sure hope I'm immortalized on Pixar Pier. Preferably on a decal that doesn't stay on. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is opening this fall at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's still yet to be announced formally for Disneyland Park in Anaheim, California, despite being all but confirmed at this point. But it is rumored now that a third version of the ride is likely already approved for Disneyland Paris. In response to the addition, the park will be renamed Walt Disney World 2, Attack of the Clones. It's all the same stuff. It's like that whole expansion in the other park. It's all stuff you can see other places. Good job, Bob. You're so creative. Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith will close September 2nd, 2019 at the Walt Disney Studios Paris to make way for the new Iron Man themed overlay. This is the first part of the Marvel themed land for the park to go into construction, but the land will also include Black Panther's Critter Carousel, the Hulk's Emotional Whirlwind, and Senor Stark's Churros. All on Marvel Pier. Senor Stark. Rock and Roller Coaster opened on March 16, 2002, of course, in the parking lot across from Disneyland Paris.